Someone once said, you can't outrun time. Clearly, that person has never tried to outrun their responsibilities. Welcome to Simply Complicated Universe. I'm the MCZX. And hi, everybody. I missed you guys and gals and non-binary pals. I missed you all so much. Man, it's been so long. I haven't been in front of the microphone, and it's just felt like I was missing something in life. Like, how could I not be in front of the microphone, right? And it's just weird. But if you didn't know, we've been on break for a little while because somebody, the one talking to you right now, went on vacation at the beginning of October. More on that later. But guess what? There's a lot I have to tell you. It's just going to be me today, okay? So I hope you're okay with me yapping at you for a good hour and some change, because got some stories to tell, a little update or two. You know, I just feel like we need to talk. It's just me and you need to talk, you know? A lot's been happening here. A lot of good things, nothing negative. It's not like someone is sick. You know what I mean? It's not that type of party. It's a good type of party here. But let's get into it all. First question, where is everyone? Where's Rizu? Where is Genkai? Where's Siren? Well, here's the bad news. No, I did not fire them. They're still very much a part of the team. They are having some really, really bad internet issues, and it's getting to the point where we can't even remotely record the podcast like we would normally do. But because of that technical issue, that has paused us, in a sense. I didn't think taking a vacation would do all of this. I really thought me going and experiencing a fun time would lead to, hey, there's more stuff. You know, I think I have a problem with relinquishing control because of trauma from group projects back in the day. Like, whenever I did a group project back then, I know I would always do my part, but other people would slack. And then when you would say, hey, WTF, where's your half? Why are we behind on this? It was either you got a bunch of excuses, or I'm not going to take accountability. I'm going to blame it on everything else. And it's like, damn. Triggered. I'm now triggered because, hey, the group project isn't working. But thankfully, that's not what's going on in our case. They're just really having terrible internet. Like, the service is just bad. Production as well. Reason production are trying their best, and it's not working. For example, Siren's book reviews, they're done. Like, they're completed. It's a matter of upload. And I don't want to be gung-ho, because I'm trying to relinquish the control and let other people help me instead of getting on the soapbox of, hey, I gotta do it myself any fucking way. Any fucking way, I have to do it myself. You know why? Because people always will let you down, whether it be production, whether it be your cohorts, whether it be whatever, they'll let you down, and you're stuck doing all this by yourself, and it sucks, and I don't like it, and I don't want to get in a headspace like that. So relinquishing control is probably the best thing for me to do, so I don't take it out on production or Rizu or Genkai or Siren or anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just let it play out. The clips, for example, those are done. They were scheduled to go up while I was gone on vacation. The internet has screwed production over. Production is going through this. Rizu's going through this. Like, for production's case, the internet's just not working. And I don't understand why. They need to get a new provider. In Rizu's case, because Rizu was in control of the clips, and he explained this to me, their internet works from 6 to midnight. 6 p.m. to midnight. And Rizu's at work from the morning till about 5 o'clock. So it's like an hour or so to try to work with production, try to get the clips up, to get something to work, and it's just not happening because everything falls apart. You know, so be on the lookout for the book reviews. Be on the lookout for the clips. The clips are coming. I'm not BSing you guys and just telling you that just for shits and gigs to try to save face. Like, accountability is big over here. And if I felt like someone wasn't being accountable, I would have called them out on it by now and just left it at that. But it is a technical issue. If I have to assist, I'm trying to go in with the mentality of I am doing this because we have exhausted all other options. We've exhausted everything else. Hey, let's just get it out there. Let's get it done. Because they're having technical issues. And it's hard to be like, oh, well, is it really a technical issue or you guys just being lazy? Which one is it? It's neither. You're having a technical problem that you have no control over. And the provider isn't helping either. They haven't sent anyone out. They haven't decided to come and look at your stuff. What do we do? So, it's cool production. Y'all still got y'all jobs. I don't hate y'all. Rizu is cool. I ain't even mad at you, brother, because we already had this discussion way before the podcast. So, we know what it is. They are coming soon. As for the short stories, I didn't get a lot of feedback from those. I have a couple in the chamber. Those I will upload if this takes any longer to go. What are you even saying, sir? If this takes longer to get the clips up and everything, even the clips from this episode, if this takes too long, you guys getting short stories. I have a couple, like I said earlier, they're in the chamber. You'll have that. But I want to tell y'all a quick story before we talk about everything that's been going on for the past 4 weeks. I know 4 weeks is disgusting. Ew. Let's talk about that control thing. Let's piggyback on that and why I get triggered when I have to do a group project of any sort. Because usually I just take it all for myself. I take the brunt of it and I do everything and I call it a day. I don't even worry about it. But let me explain why. See, I think God had plans for me to be an actor, right? And I believe I could have did it. Like, I could have been in a couple movies. Get your head out of the gutter. I mean, hey, if I find out I could, you know what I'm saying? If I find out I could act really good, you heard me? Then I get it, you know? I mean, hey, shield your eyes if you know me. Don't go watch my film. Anyway, look. Here's the story. So, it's freshman year of college, right? I'm in acting 101. And I'm not going to put Buddy on blast. I don't know the dude, really. I could put him on blast, but I don't want no smoke for the future just in case you're listening to this. So, it's Acting 101. I'm really into it because it's the stage. And the stage is like a calling to me. I love being on stage. I like being in front of a microphone. I like this type of stuff that we're doing here. I also like the behind-the-scenes stuff as well. But Acting 101... we get paired with partners for our finals, right? And I would rather do just a monologue by myself because at least I'm responsible for screwing up. I'm responsible for forgetting my lines. I'm responsible, right? But no, I get a partner and it's this dude. Let's call him Jamie. And Jamie and I are doing this scene from some play. And I spent all day learning my lines. And, you know, I text Jamie and I call him like, hey, Jamie, you got your lines, whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-woo. And he's like, yeah, man, I got it. The finals come, right? And I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for the scene. And it's a comedic scene, right? And I get there, and I'm like, damn, where's Jamie at? Like, class about to start in the next 10, 15 minutes. Maybe he's running late. You know what I'm saying? People can run late. It happens. It's college. You know, you can run late. We're adults who just came out of high school or have been there for longer than they needed to be. Overstayed your welcome. But whatever. 15 minutes go by. 20 minutes go by. And I'm like, all right. Where the hell is Jamie? Because I done learned all these lines not for no reason, right? And I get a call like 20 minutes afterwards talking about Buddy took a job in Alabama to go work on some roofs. And he's not coming into class. And I'm like, I didn't memorize his lines, but I knew what he was going to say. I knew where my beats were. So when it was time for me to talk, I knew when it was time for me to talk. So technically, I did memorize his lines. I don't know why I said I didn't memorize his lines at first. What's wrong with me, y'all? But I am just like, dude, do I have to do the scene by myself? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I could have just did the monologue like I originally pitched. But no. You can't do that. You have to be able to work well with others. And I watch everyone else do their scenes. I clap it up, and it comes to me. And Miss J is like, well, MC, because your partner didn't show up, I'm just going to give you an A+. Here you go. You passed. But I have never, ever wanted to really work with people after that. Because it's like, dude, I'm relying on you to do something. I'm relying on you to be accountable. I'm relying on you to help me. And you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, help us win. And then we don't win because someone decided to do something else and be selfish and not communicate with the rest of the squad that you were going to go and do some roofing fucking job instead of coming to act. Ain't you an actor? Bro, Jamie was like saying, oh, I love acting. Acting's fantastic. It's great. And just to do me like that. It's happened in, not to that extent, but it's happened in high school where you'll just get some slacker and you do all the work. Everyone's gone through that. But man, something about that moment really made me not like working with people. Especially on projects. But that's that. That was then. I've gotten over it. I'm getting better at, this whole share the pot thing. Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I could be a bit selfish. I could be a selfish, very selfish man when it comes to things. If I feel like you're not reliable and you're not going to help me, or whatever the case is, guess what? I got it. Don't worry about it. But I've been working on it. God has been working on me. As for more updates, because we got more updates, I don't know what that was in my earphones just now, but I want to tell y'all I've been learning a lot of stuff late with ChatGPT. I know, controversial. You're not supposed to use the AI. You're not supposed to do it, but let me tell you, man, it's been guiding me through stuff that I wasn't taught to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I'm not a gearhead, right? I'm not a car guy. I don't know much about cars, but my headlight went out. And I was like, man, I don't know how I'm going to fix this. I don't know what I'm going to do. And if I take it to the dealership, I know it's going to be like $8,000 plus your arms and feet. Because they in the feet over there. They're going to take your nose too just because. And your unborn child, that's how much it'll cost to put the headlight back or the bulb in. It'll cost that much money. But I asked ChatGPT, like, man, what am I supposed to do with this? And it guided me to it with no problem. Like, shot the YouTube video because I'm a visual learner. I saw how easy it was, and I did it with no problem. Popped the hood, which is another thing, because I have a really weird hood latch that I have to fight with to pop open, but now I got the hang of that. Easy. You got to stick 2 fingers in there, and you got to turn it to the left. Stick it in and turn it to the left. I'm doing the motion of, like, putting 2 fingers in something, and then you turn it to the left. Get your head out the gutter. Get your mind out the gutter. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing that motion, but I'm sticking it in and I turn it to the... Anyway, did that. Almost replaced my high beams. I took the wrong thing out at first, but once I realized those were the high beams, put those back in because they were perfectly fine. Took the dead bulbs out of the of where the headlight is. I took that out and replaced it with new ones. And I felt so accomplished. I'm like, dude, I'm a handyman. I know how to fix a car too. I probably could do an oil change. No, I can't do an oil change. I don't have the equipment to drain the oil. And it looks easy. I've seen it done before. I don't think I am equipped to do that right now. I don't have the materials, but that's one thing. And then I had like a cabinet in the house that the screw wouldn't take. Like, at all. Like, it was very loose. And I asked that to him, like, hey, what are we going to do about this screw? Like, how can I fix this, man? Because I don't know what to do, right? And it showed me an old carpenter's trick where you take some wood glue and maybe 2 or 3 toothpicks and you put it in the hole and then you break off the toothpicks, let it sit for like 20 minutes, then put the screw in, and it works like brand new. Now I have a working cabinet. Got 2 cabinets that work. I almost screwed up one. Don't get me wrong. I got too big for my britches, and I'm like, I could do this, and I made the hole too deep, and I had to use a smaller hole. But hey, I'm learning. God is working on me. All right, I'm learning stuff. And once I did that, I'm like, man, I can do just about anything. If it's explained to me and I see like a visual, I got it. I know what I'm doing, right? So ChatGPT is not completely evil. I wouldn't say just use it for like, I don't know, I need companionship. Act like you're my girlfriend. No. It's about to be a her situation. You're about to fall in love with your phone and do weird stuff to your phone. I don't think you should do that. Personally, I mean, whatever floats your boat, but I don't think you should do that. So, no. But if it comes to something you're unaware of, I think ChatGPT is a very good tool to use to guide you in the right direction. You know, you can use the internet, but use a little AI assistant if you can. Like, that's what you should use AI for stuff like that. I don't think you should be using AI to generate a whole script for you or AI to think for you, but to help you in the right direction, AI is great for that. I don't think you should use it for creative stuff because at the end of the day, as a creator, you have to come up with the idea. If you just let ChatGPT come up with all the ideas, it's like, well, damn, I guess I don't have to be creative anymore. And that breeds laziness, and that breeds a bunch of other stuff that you don't want if you're a creator. So, I'm not saying I'm an advocate. I'm not defending AI right now. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Please understand what I'm saying. I am saying AI as a tool and only a tool is a good thing when used properly. If it is not used properly and it's used for malicious stuff, to spread hate, to not think, to not develop critical thinking skills, things of that nature, then yeah, it's no good. But if you need it just to learn how to fix a cabinet with a loose screw or replace your bulbs, guess what? ChatGPT is there for you. No, we are not endorsed by ChatGPT. We haven't received a single endorsement since that last episode. I hope y'all like that cold open too. Because when I say welcome to Simply Complicated, that's when the theme song's supposed to play. But guess who didn't do the theme song? Whoop-de-doo! Production. We have the old theme song, but I'm going to be on their ass by the time we get to our next episode that we have the freaking theme song ready. I don't care if it's just a couple drums and some synths. I don't care. Just have something there so we have an official theme song. Jesus. Guys, stop upsetting me. Also, another update. Your boy is getting old. As of this recording, it's 4 days until your boy makes another trip around the sun. So you can tell me happy birthday now. You can cash at me if you want. You know, it's Cash App MCZX, $ MCZX if you want to, send your boy $1 or so. Do that. Because your boy's birthday is coming around the corner. It's this Saturday. And I feel weird about it. I don't know how to feel about it. This getting older thing is cool, and I have a story for that to close the show. But it's weird, but I like it. I like aging. It's better than not being here. You know what I'm saying? I like getting a little bit older, a little more salt and pepper in the non-existent beard that I have. I like that. Personally, I like that. But yeah, your boy's getting old. I'm not going to tell y'all how old I'm getting. You could send an email to thisissimplycomplicated@gmail.com if you're that curious, or join the Discord and just ask in the Discord. You can do that too. But I'm not going to put my age out here. I'll tell y'all after the pod. And what I mean by that is on the next episode. Okay, I'll tell you that. So that's what's going on. And before we get to our vacation story, because I know y'all are dying to know how that went. Fantastic. Got to talk about one other thing. One other thing, man. And it's Xbox, man. Now, I have been with Microsoft and the Xbox since the Xbox 360 days, okay? When the PS3 was far too expensive, the 360 was there. It was a time where we had fun. Xbox Live was a thing. Saturday nights on Xbox Live back then was just iconic. You had Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You had the 1 versus 100. You had everything. You had the Xbox Arcade. It was great. We had exclusive games. It was great. We had everything. Xbox Live for the year was like $60. It was great. We had it. We had it, right? And then they stumbled a little bit with the Xbox One. They were trying to be an entertainment system because even when they were introducing it, they were like, hey, it's a Xbox. You can watch TV on it and you can do this. Not a lot about games, and that didn't end too well because then they had to pivot and talk about games, and you know, they did that. You had the Xbox One X, and it was mostly games and super powerful and whatnot, right? And you had Game Pass introduced, and that was like $10. And you could buy it out for the year for maybe like $60 or get like monthly subscriptions. But it was like $10. It didn't cost a lot, right? And then you get to the series editions. You have the X and the S, and we're still talking games. And things are going fine. Things were great. And then one day, Xbox just drops this announcement like, hey, we got updates to Game Pass. I'm like, who asked for updates to Game Pass? I certainly didn't ask for an update for Game Pass. I think Game Pass was running fine. You know, despite the gradual increases in Game Pass, went from $10. I'm like, all right, it's $10. I could rock with that. Then it went $15. I'm like, all right, that's not too bad. It's not too bad for Ultimate. That's not bad. Then it went $20. I'm like, okay, Netflix. All right, Netflix. Calm down. 20 is a bit much. And it stopped there. But they drop a video, right? And they're like, we got the Game Pass updates. And you got these new games coming to Game Pass. And how much you're going to get for Game Pass. And Core is now Essential. And now we have Premium. And we have Ultimate. And all these games are coming. And you can play so many games. And by the way, we didn't tell you this part. After the video goes up, after that, guess what, buddy? The Game Pass done went up. $30. $30 a month. $30? $30? Do you think I have $30 to give you a month for games? Listen, all my gamers can understand this. If you have a full-time gig, a full-time job, you don't get to play video games a lot. It's a part of adulting that sucks. You just don't. If you have kids, you really don't get to play a lot. Maybe the weekends you get to play for like an hour. But you don't get to play games that much. So this whole thing of, hey, it's $30 a month and you get all this extra stuff and value. It's like, brother, I don't care. You added Fortnite crew? I don't even play Fortnite. That doesn't help me. Doesn't help anybody. I'm an adult male in his mid-30s that I don't have the time. I don't even have kids, but the full-time gig is my baby. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have time. Like, I get to play for maybe 2 hours on the weekdays. And the weekends, I get to play as much as I want. But to be fair, if you're a gamer, you're really playing 4 or 5 games a year. All these new games that you could try out, so what? So what? You don't have the time to fit it in. Like, you just don't. If you're unemployed, you know, sure, this is great. If all you have to do is play games and keep a house clean or whatever the case is, or your parents take care of all that, sure, this is great. But for adults with responsibilities and stuff, man, outside of video gaming, we don't have the time anymore. So $30 a month is a huge ask. That's a huge ask. No one's going to just pay for that outright. So what happened? People decided to cancel, myself included. I'm not going to let you charge me $30 a month when I only play my Xbox every now and then. Only on the weekends. If I'm not busy on the weekends. Why would I pay you that? That's insane. And then they had the nerve to say, well, it's not going to take effect until the new year. So if you canceled, you still would be getting charged $20. It doesn't matter. It's a principle thing, right? So you would think Microsoft would scale that back, walk it back, and just leave it 20. We're sorry. Whoop-de-doo. No. They decide to keep pushing the envelope. Let's make the Series X the most useless console of all time. Why even build a library there, right? Like, why? Because we're just going to put all of our exclusive games on every other platform. And from a business perspective, I get it. You would want Forza to be everywhere. You'd want Gears to be everywhere outside of just this Xbox. You'd want exclusivity to not really be a thing because no one cares about that anymore. Video game wars died in the 90s. To be honest, when it was Team Sonic versus Team Mario, guess what? It's over there. You either had a Super Nintendo and you played that, or you had a Genesis, or if you were blessed enough, like myself, you had both, and you played it all. Including all the other things that came with it, like the Saturn. The Saturn didn't launch well. Did well in Japan, just didn't do great in America. The Saturn, the Dreamcast, the PlayStation 2, the Xbox. Like, I was blessed enough to play all of them, so there was never a war for me, but I could understand for those who were just stuck with one and couldn't touch the other one and never got to experience the games that were on there. That's when you had exclusivity, right? Like, Mario was not on the Genesis, and Sonic was not on the freaking Super Nintendo, right? Or Nintendo. It wasn't there. You had to have that console for it. This day and age doesn't call for that. There's, like, time exclusivity, right? But there's no, this game's just here. Oh, wait, there is, though. Because on a PS5, you got Spider-Man. 1 and 2. That hasn't made its way to Xbox yet. You know what has Helldivers 2, but that's a little too late. Too late for us to just get that. So, why am I saying this? Because Xbox decides, you know what? We should put Halo on the PlayStation. And it wasn't surprising because I know the direction they're going. Microsoft is leaning more towards that entertainment system to compete with everything. Yeah, it can play games and everything, but it's leaning towards entertainment. They're trying to battle social media. They're trying to be in movies. They're trying to do all these other things that aren't just strictly gaming. They're branching out to the point where the focus isn't on exclusivity and making this the best console to have for X amount of dollars. Oh, by the way, the console went up in price too. So there's that too. So there's that. I wasn't mad at it. Like I said, Halo, whatever. It's Halo. Cool. I didn't play Halo, so I'm not tripping. But it makes you think, why even have the console? What's the point of having the console? Like, I spoke about this last episode. Something regarding Microsoft and their issues, but why would I want to have an Xbox? What would make me buy an Xbox outside of Game Pass? Because when Game Pass was affordable, that was a good argument. That was a fantastic argument. It's triple the price now for Ultimate. Why would I want to pay $30 plus like $700 for a Series X? Or $800 for a Series X. Why would I want to do that? There's no argument here. There's no exclusive game that I can't play on a PS5. That's not Nintendo. Nintendo's the only squad that's just pure exclusive. Mario stays here. Mario's not coming to Xbox or Sony. You get what I'm saying? But if it's something that's on the Xbox, I'm sure you can play it on the PS5. Just saying. It's there. And it's a better value as a console because you can play games that Xbox can't play. Like Spider-Man, like Wolverine. You get the exclusive Final Fantasies. The timed exclusive Final Fantasies, rather. You get that. Microsoft has Call of Duty, but get Game Pass. Pay $30. You can pay it. You can play it for free. Basically. If after you pay the $30 out of the month, and that's every month. So, I don't know, y'all. I really don't. I feel like Microsoft is in a bad spot right now, and I don't think there's much to do with it. Like, if you're gonna mod it and turn it into an emulation console, by all means, I think that's cool. If you're gonna do that, Series S is already being used for that. The Series X that I have, like, I'm not ashamed that I have it. It's just like, damn, I made the wrong decision. I should have switched to Sony when the PS4 was dropped. I should have did that then. But I was rooting for the underdog. I was rooting for Microsoft. Like, Sony always hates everything. Microsoft's got it. Xbox is gonna show up And this is how they do us, you know? And it's a damn shame that this is what gamers have to go through. This gaming hobby is becoming far, far too expensive for a lot of people out there. There's too much going on. Far too much. You know? And I hate that for us. It's no different than pro wrestling. It's like, damn, I gotta have this, this, and this just to watch 2 shows. I have to have a VPN now just to watch a pay-per-view because ESPN wants $30. And if you got YouTube TV, that's your cable package. So you can watch SmackDown and NXT. And then you have Netflix where you can watch Raw. But if you get the VPN, you can just watch it all on Netflix, which we have done before. I don't know. I just feel like the hobbies that I grew up with are becoming far too expensive. It's pricing everybody out. Where only well-off people can enjoy the luxury of playing video games. Because, not gonna lie to y'all, I have not bought any new games for my Xbox. Or the Switch 2. Because other things are coming up, and I just do not have the time to invest $14, $50, $20, whatever. I don't have the time. And when you don't have the time, you prioritize other things. You know what I'm saying? So, that's that. With Xbox, I would have more to say, but I've said enough over the past couple weeks when all this was going on. I'd rather not revisit that energy because I want to get into this very fun story about our vacation. Man, we got to talk about something positive, right? So let's talk about our vacation. So, the vacation. What was the destination? Epic Universe and Halloween Horror Nights. I have never been to either or. Retro has, though, because this is her brainchild. She wanted to go on a friend's trip a while back, and stuff happened, life happened, and you can't get all your friends together. But this time it all did. Everything came together very clearly. Her brother was supposed to come. That didn't happen. But it's all right. Kudos to him. Shout out to him. Life was life. Opportunities were knocking, and you take them. That's what you're supposed to do, right? But Retro and I, if you didn't know, we've been friends for, Jesus Christ, how long have we been friends? That's my best friend, y'all. And we've been friends for, it's got to be a decade. It's got to be a decade. I think the next time I see her, I got to confirm how long this has been because, good Lord, I'm getting old and I can't remember this, bro. I can't remember it, but that's besides the point. Y'all are here for a story, so let's talk about the story. Retro and I, we put this all together. Retro invites a friend, John. And John's cool. John's got a Twitch. It's twitch.com/JohnnySnapback. And I think he has a TikTok under the same name. Little history on me and John. John and I kind of passed each other, but we weren't like, hey, I know him. Like, it was more like a cordial thing. Like, if I saw him out in public, I'd shake the dude's hand. I usually would run into him at a game night. Keep all that in, by the way. Keep the stumble. Keep it in. The production's going to definitely do that. But I would run into him at a game night here and there. I saw him at Retro's birthday party, but I wouldn't say we were like the closest friends, but it is what it is, you know. I don't know Buddy that well. And the same thing could be said for Zia, another one of Retro's friends. Again, didn't know her that well. I know the first time I met her, I wasn't really in the best headspace. I was kind of on the wave of, I don't give a fuck who is in here. I'm only here to see Retro. I don't care about anyone else in here. And that definitely rubbed people the wrong way. Looking back, I mean, it would rub me the wrong way if someone came to my party only to just see me and was kind of rude to everyone else. I wouldn't even say I was rude, to be honest. I don't think I was rude. I was brash, but rude. No, I wasn't being disrespectful to anybody. It just was like, look, bro, I ain't really here for all of that. But that was the first time me and her met. And, you know, bad first impression. It is what it is. And I'm about to go on a trip with these two people. I don't know that well. With Retro. And if you know me, I don't go on trips with people I don't know that well. I would have to know you. I would have to know you, all right? You'd have to be like a friend. You know what I mean? And I figured since she said they cool, right? And I just went with it. I'm like, all right, bet. The original people that were supposed to come not coming, but these two seem cool. We've been texting like months before the trip, and I got a good feel on them. Like, all right, they cool. They good people. They're not awful. So the trip is from October 9th to the 13th, and we're supposed to leave at midnight on Wednesday. Well, not Wednesday. It's Thursday now. So it's Thursday at midnight. Supposed to be out of here. They're all supposed to meet at my house. That did not happen for reasons I can't explain. Because when children are involved, children will be children. Retro has a kid. Retro's kid was like, y'all thought y'all was leaving on time. No, y'all not. I'm about to start some mess. I'm about to be upset. I'm about to delay it. And that the child did. Delayed it. We were delayed by like 2 hours. Because when I originally called, I called to see their ETA, where y'all at? And Zia just got to Retro's house. I'm like, okay, that can't be good. So I go get John, because John's not that far away from me. So I figured I'll just get John, and we'll wait at the house for y'all to come so we can leave in the rental, right? And once I got John, got all my stuff, put it in the rental, I call again, and I'm like, all right, what's going on? Like, y'all not here, whoop-de-woo. Then I get informed about the child being a child, because, hey, kids be kids, right? And we kind of shift the plan right there. Like, oh, should we just go and get y'all? Because if we wait, it's going to be an hour for them to get to us from where they're at. And if we go get them, it's also going to take an hour to get to them. So it's like a lose-lose situation, right? It's like, well, it's an hour and an hour. We can either wait an hour and they get here, or we can go to them. And I'm glad we went to them, because if they had put their cars by my house and we had to drive back to my house to get their cars, it would have been a worse trip for them. Because anyway, I'll get to why. Because when we get to the last day, you'll understand. So we decided to go get them. It's like 1 or 2 it's 2 in the morning. It's 2 in the morning. I ain't gonna forget. It's 2 in the morning. Finally get there. I meet Zia in person for the first time, like as a present individual, not, I don't give a fuck about none of you people. Like as a present individual, like someone who's emotionally not in the dumps and awful. And she's goofy lady. Very random, very funny lady. But we get there. Me and John are the drivers. Retro finally gets in the car, and we start the trip. And let me tell y'all something about driving an extended period of time. I don't think humans were meant to drive no more than 2 to 3 hours. Because I tell you, I was tired, man. I know John was tired, but man, I was so tired, bro. I'm like, this is for the birds. We get to go through Alabama, get to Mississippi, vice versa, whatever. It don't matter. We get through there, get to Mississippi, and we had to stop at Buc-ee's. We should have known better. I've been to Buc-ee's before. Buc-ee's is like the gas station wonderland. You go to Buc-ee's, you're going to be in Buc-ee's for like 45 minutes. Unless you have seen Buc-ee's before, you know what it is that you need to get, and you keep it moving. Get you some jerky, get you a brisket sandwich or a breakfast sandwich, and you keep it moving. Get you a drink because you're going to be on the road. You need something to hydrate and keep you awake. Some caffeine, some. I ain't do caffeine, I did water. And I had my little sandwich with the green sauce. It's delicious. We stayed in Buc-ee's for like 45 minutes, just marveling at it. It's no different than the one in Texas. I was like, this is the best place ever. The bathroom's immaculate, has everything in the store. We went in there like 3 times, man. Got gas, got back on the road. And I think we either switched drivers once we got to a part of Florida where we needed gas again. So John was driving after that. And we finally get there. And instead of arriving at 10 a.m. like we hoped we would, so we'd have time to, relax. And we got there like at, I want to say 4 or 5 o'clock. And man, it's like, why do we have an itinerary? Why do we even have this thing, bro? Why we got an itinerary? We ain't even following it right. Ain't nothing going right, man. We're supposed to get here at 10. We did Buc-ee's and just completely screwed up. I think we also, no, we didn't. No, we didn't, because I was tired. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was very tired. Got to the B&B. I got in that bed, man. I'm like, man, this is a nice bed. And that car was very nice. It was a fun drive, but man, I like this bed. But I had to cook, right? Like, it's time to cook. And Retro, being the best friend that she is, she was like, nah, you're exhausted. You're not about to cook like that. You're exhausted. I will not allow you to cook like that. I'm just trying to fight it. Because prior to leaving, I worked that day. I also didn't sleep that well. So I'm going like 2 hours of sleep. And we were driving that long. I was like 2 hours of sleep, right? Did a full day of work and everything. So she's like, you're not cooking. I was going to make rotel dip. That did not happen. It was just no. That got bumped to Friday. Okay? Got bumped there. What we tried to do that Thursday night, we tried to do a movie night. We all had like these cartoon pajamas and all this stuff. It was very nice, but we put Scary Movie on, and for some reason on YouTube, it's the highly edited version where all the jokes they're not funny because it's been cut out and it's played out. It's like the BET version. And I think the first 15 minutes, I passed out. Completely passed out. Retro passed out. I passed out. John says he watched the whole film, and Zia said she watched the whole film as well, but I don't believe them because I passed out. And when I woke up, everyone else was asleep. And what woke me up was this loud snoring noise. And I'm like, is there an intruder in the house? I was like, like a goddamn thing growling at you. I'm like, what is that? I wake up on the couch, Retro right next to me. I look at Retro, I'm like, man, what the hell is that? What is that? What is that noise? John told us months prior that if he gets his own room, he'll be good. But if he had to share a room with somebody, it's going to be an issue because he snores. And that was John snoring. John was snoring like goddamn Dragon's Keep. Snoring like fucking orc under the bridge. It was terrifying. I promptly looked at Retro. I'm like, I'm going downstairs. And I'm getting in my bed that's downstairs. And I'm going to sleep. Because we have to get up in the morning for breakfast / brunch, right? Because all the stuff from Publix is already here. We decided to pick that up too. Well, John and Zia wouldn't pick that up. And I'm like, well, thank God they did that because I didn't have energy. I would have been too crabby to do it. We have to get up early. So it's Friday. It's Halloween Horror Day, right? And you would think the itinerary would say, hey, we're gonna leave the Airbnb at 5, and then we'll leave the park at 12:30 as the thing says. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. We all got up a little late because, granted, we were on the road for a bit and we did try to stay up longer than we needed to stay up for. Breakfast was kind of out the window because it was brunch-ish time. So I decided to cook it was the rotel dip, and I made him some sliders, right? That night prior, we ordered like a pizza and got some garlic knots from this pizza spot. But I decided to cook. I had to flex a little bit on them. I'm like, let me show y'all how to make this rotel dip, and it's better than anybody else's rotel dip. You can slap your mama if you don't agree. You dig what I'm saying? But we did that. And we were supposed to go to World of Food Trucks for lunch, right? That's not what happened because we got up. So I made us lunch. And food was phenomenal, as usual, not to toot my own horn, but your boy got skills in the kitchen. I know what I'm doing in there. And John was impressed. Zia was impressed. Retro already knows. Like, she knows. She was like my food tester before I even got good. Like, she would come by and I would like, hey, I'm going to feed you. Let's try this. And hey, that's what it was. But by the time I finished cooking, it's like 5-ish. I want to say 5, 4-ish, whatever. And we had to get ready for Halloween horror. And we all had like little horror movie shirts. I had Chucky and everyone was wearing shorts. Now, the only thing is, Zia does not go. And I mean, she does not do any spooky, ooky, anything. She is a scaredy cat. That's right, Zia, you're a scaredy cat. I hope you know it. You would have had fun. It's just performance art. They weren't going to do you anything. That's all it was. But she was a scaredy cat. And she opted out. And she said this months prior. It wasn't like she just dropped it on us. Like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to this. I paid my money and I'm not going. No, she clearly wasn't doing Halloween Horror Nights. We didn't press her on it. I'm not going to press somebody on why they're a scaredy cat, but it is what it is, right? She's not going. So it's just me, Retro, and John. Or John, Retro, and I. We're all going to Halloween Horror Nights. Now, we didn't leave till like 6:30-ish, 6:45. Because I know we got there around 7. Mind you, it's not what the itinerary says. The itinerary says you're supposed to leave at 5, get there at 6, and you leave at 12:30. We didn't do that either. Nope. We get to the park. And before we talk about the park, I want to talk about one thing that I've noticed with theme parks, specifically, what is going on with that brain? What's happening up there? Specifically, Epic Universal, Disney, Halloween Horror Nights. There's this thing called the Express Pass, right? And I'm not saying you shouldn't buy the Express Pass. I get it. But it's very predatory towards folks who are trying to have fun on a budget. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying the Express Pass is going to just instantly get you in everything. Because some folks that did have the Express Pass were still waiting out there with us just to get into some of these haunted houses and some of the rides. Like, it helps, but it doesn't. But if you got it like that, get it. Because you'll have more things that you can do. You'll be able to see the entire park if you have the priority pass or the express pass or whatever they're going to call it. If you have that, get it. The reason we didn't get this pass is because it was like triple the price. It's usually like $100, $120 extra. So your tickets would be maybe $260, something along that lines. That's reasonable. There's your brain doing it again. Reasonable. It's reasonable, all right? But when we were trying to get it, and it's because we waited too long because we were trying to accommodate everyone during the planning process, we should have got these early before the time got to us. Before we even got to October, we should have had the Express Pass along with the tickets. Because we didn't get the tickets, like, to the last couple weeks of September, we got the tickets. But I digress. If you were to get the Express Pass, in our case, that would have been like an extra $300 on top of the ticket, which was like $190. Mind you, the tickets were selling out, so we had to work fast to get them. That would have been like $400 a ticket. And we didn't budget for that. So we had to take our L. But I think we also got a B as well, which was a blessing because we didn't have to fall for the predatory scam of the Express Pass. Like, if you're not a patient person, you're going to have to just get it, all right, if you're not patient. But if you are, I don't mind waiting in the line. I don't mind. I asked my pops about this when we went to Universal way back in the 90s, and those things were there too. The Express Pass, Priority Pass, that was a thing as well back in the day. Same at Disney. It's there to skip the line, I guess. And time is valuable, so I understand, especially with some of these rides. And we're gonna talk about the rides for Epic Universe when we get to that day, but I get it. And some of those haunted houses, so it is what it is. So we get there, And the first thing you have to do is walk through like this scare path, like it's all green and all the performers are there. According to Retro, like the one in LA, there are more performers, so there's more scares. And there were less scares here in Florida, but whatever. It's my first time being there. And it take a lot to scare me. So I wasn't scared. I was just like wide-eyed and happy. I'm like, oh my God. There's a huge crow on stilts. Like, this is my dad. Look at that. That's that. People with chainsaws. Spooky ooky stuff. But it didn't really scare me because I'll be watching spooky ooky stuff. So I'm like, I'm at home. This is great. We walked all throughout the park. Retro's leading us, and we're trying to get to our first haunted house. And I think the first one we did was the YH6 because the wait time wasn't that long. The wait time was like 45 minutes compared to some of these others. By the way, get the app on your phone so you can see how long these wait times are. But we did the YH6. That wasn't that long of a wait. It was more like 20 minutes for us. If we had the express pass, it probably would have been 5. But we get there, get in, have fun. That was a fun time, right? And then Retro's leading us some more. We're trying to find Fallout. And of course, I had to pipe up. I'm like, oh my God, you're leading us all around in circles. She's like, okay, then you lead. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try my best in this foreign park and find Fallout because that's next on the list. By the way, the Fallout haunted house wasn't as scary as it should have been. Like, I don't recall seeing a death claw. I heard a death claw. And if I did see it, it was briefly. It wasn't there the way I expected it to be. I expected more of the game, but this was clearly based off of the show. No offense to the show. The show's great. It's just, I was expecting more game stuff, and it wasn't any game stuff, and that sucked for me. It wasn't as scary as it could have been, but whatever. Retro and I'm not saying we're not talking, but it's like, I don't want to be bothered because whatever. Get the Fallout, did that. Nice haunted house. Then we did Five Nights at Freddy's, which was like, I don't know if something just didn't add up, but seeing the animatronics and seeing the suits, that wasn't that scary. That wasn't scary at all. I actually got spooked before all of this, when we were just walking around the park, and I didn't think this was going to happen. Like I said, it takes a lot to spook me. Walking with Retro and John, and we come to this Victorian era style place, where they're selling potions and whatnot, and you got folks with monocles on, and they look like they're diseased and whatnot. And I see this dude out the corner of my eye, and I'm like, you know what? You're not going to get me because I got you on camera. I see you out the corner of my eye and my camera gets you, right? I was wrong. I had to respect his gangster for that because I walked past him and I'm walking. I'm just looking. I'm taking in everything. I'm recording it with my camera. And he just pops up behind my shoulder and I throw my phone. I'm like, oh, you son of a. Like, how dare you get me, man? Why'd you get me, man? This man done got me. And he's like, oh, no. And I'm like, shut up. So, whatever. That was more scary than Five Nights, because Five Nights was more of, if you like the lore and stuff, go for it. It's cool. They had a concert that we were interested in going to, but again, the wait times, and if we had the pass, maybe we could have viewed the whole thing, but again, you need that pass. So we did that. And I think after that, we did the Mummy Ride. Now, the Mummy Ride left me with a ton of, flashbacks. Because the last time I was on the Mummy Ride was during senior trip of high school, right? And when I got on that wasn't scary at all. It was in the daytime, whatever. We did that like twice because it was in the daytime. And we had free range because our priority pass was the fact that the park was just for us. And that was it at the time. So I rode that. I was like 18. Little daredevil. I ain't scared of that. Mind you, I'm in my 30s now. I haven't been on roller coasters in a hot minute. It's been a while. Hope my brain didn't say been a while. It's been a while, all right? It's been a hot minute. I haven't been on a roller coaster, and I have forgot how it was. By this time, me and Retro were cool again. We, whatever. She shut down, I shut down. And it was like, man, shut up. Let's stop doing this bullshit, and let's have fun, right? So we get to the mummy. I'm sitting next to her. John hasn't been on a mummy before, and we're all in there. And I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna scare me. I'm a G. I'm not scared of this. I did this when I was 18. I know how this ride goes. It goes backwards. It goes up and down. There's some fire here and there. You ain't gonna be afraid of that, right? I should have rethought my decisions that day, because what happened was, got on it, right? And Retro could tell you, I'm just screaming. I'm screaming. I'm like, oh my God, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. I'm having flashbacks. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I'm like, John's laughing. She's laughing. And I'm over there just like, it wasn't that bad. And during the senior trip, it wasn't that bad. It just was like, man, what am I doing? What am I doing? So bad, right? We get off of that. I'm like, I think I'm getting too old for this shit. Because roller coasters got my heart beating fast. I'm just sitting there like, man, I hope this isn't a sign that I can't get on roller coasters no more. This sucks. So the park's about to close, right? And we have a decision to make. And it's either go to Jason Universe or we go to the Terrifier. Now, I know Jason. I don't know much about the Terrifier. But everybody's going to the Terrifier. And the park's about to close. And if you're in line, by the way, before the park hits the lights and everything, you're still going to be able to go into the haunted house, right? So we waited in that line, and then it starts to mist. And I'm like, oh no, my hair. I need my hair to be redone. Retro going to have to redo my hair. And we just making small talk, all of us making small talk. And we finally get to Terrifier, right? What is it, Art the Clown? I don't know why I didn't just walk in the front like I should have, but Retro was in the front this time, because for all the others, I was in the front. John was in the back, Retro was in the middle. And this last one, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be in the middle this time. I'd rather be in the middle. John's in the back, Retro's in the front. For some reason, because I chose the middle. Because he wanted to be in the middle. Because I wanted to be in the middle of. Because of that. If you know Comedy Bang Bang, you know the reference. Anyway, because of that, I got targeted. Like by all of the jump scares. Every last jump scare was for me. For me. Like, there was this one jump scare where it's like this black guy, he comes out. And I'm like, okay, that's it. That's all it is. And then the damn clown comes out, right? I'm like, oh, shit. My God. Whole time, I'm just like, man, get us out of here. It was real gory. There was a lot of blood. There was a lot of everything. And it was great. It was great. I think the Jason one would have been just as good, but they both were 90-minute waits, and it was one or the other, and we had to see what this Terrifier thing was about. Retro already knew what it was. Brother knew what Terrifier was about, thus informing her, and that's how she knew what it was about. So this whole time, we were supposed to be back home because we have to get up again. I don't know why we planned the itinerary like this, because our feet were hollering, right? And the itinerary says we need to be up at 7:30, right? We were supposed to leave the park at 12:30. Because we waited in that line, we didn't get out the park till like 2:30. And our feet hurt. And we had like a 45-minute drive back. And also, we weren't talking to our good pal, Zia. Because we should have been communicating with Zia that, hey, we're going to be out here for a while. You should go to sleep. What Zia did, being scary, she stayed up. And for some reason, put her shoes in the dryer. More on that later. So, it's like 3 in the morning when we get home after leaving the park. And Retro tells me and John, no matter what, wake me up at 7:30 so we can get out and leave for the park. right? Because the park opens at 9 a.m. I'm like, bet. Cool. Both me and him agree. It's like I said, 3:30. By the time I got in bed, it was 4. So that's 3 hours of sleep. And more walking. Okay? 3 hours of sleep, more walking, dogs are barking. What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we do. We persevere, right? We keep going. You get your little 3-hour rest in, and you get up because you got a park to get to, and you got some more walking to do. But I also said I was going to make breakfast. So I get up around, I want to say 7 on the dot, either 7 or 6:50, something like that. I had either 2.5 hours or 3. I can't remember, y'all. But I get up to do breakfast, and that was just a basic breakfast. It was just bacon, turkey bacon, basically, eggs, and some pancakes, because we had to use the pancake mix that I made for the trip. And I think I did grits. That day. I don't know. I don't know if I did, but look, it don't matter. I know I had the basic 3 there, right? So I'm getting that ready, and I see it's 7:30, so I go upstairs, and I'm like, Retro, it's time to get up. It's time to get up. You said to wake up. It's time to wake up. She's like, oh, yeah, wake up. I see her phone isn't charged. I'm like, okay, you left the charger downstairs. We're going to put your phone on the charger because she left the charger downstairs. I'm like, you're going to come downstairs to get your phone because that would make sense in my head off of 2 hours, 45 minutes worth of sleep. Because you're going to come get your phone, bro. Like, come get your phone. So I go back downstairs, put the phone on the charger, continue to work on breakfast. I'm hearing shuffling upstairs, so I'm like, all right, maybe she's up, right? You know, because you told me like 3 hours ago to wake you up. Wrong. She's not up. It's John. I'm like, well, great. One of us is up. John is up. And then maybe like 20 minutes later, Zia's up. I'm like, dope. Okay. But I noticed 30 minutes done went by because when I get into a kitchen and I'm cooking, I get in a groove. And I'm just making sure everything's done. So 30 minutes go by. 45 minutes go by. I'm like, what the fuck? Ain't no way. So I pause for a second. I go back upstairs. And I see Retro still asleep. I'm like, I pried her eyes open. I'm like, hey, you told me to wake you up. Get up. We are late. It is now 9 a.m. Because I wrote that in the notes. She's saying, what the fuck is 9 a.m.? We're going to be late. The park's opening and we're still over here. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So Zia comes down and she sees I'm making pancakes. Like, oh, that's a pretty pancake. I want that one. I'm like, you got it. You can have that one. Early bird gets the worm. Whatever. One of the pancakes was, I don't want to say it was burnt, but it stayed on one side a little too long. It was a little dark, but it wasn't burnt, okay? It was not burnt. I'm clarifying it was not burnt. It was just a little dark brown. So Retro eventually comes downstairs. We all eat breakfast. And I notice she gets upset for some reason over the pancake. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. Everyone got theirs. And you're mad because this one looks like that. So I make her another one. I'm like, this is perfect. It's perfect golden brown. Not the darkish brown. She's got like a little attitude. I'm like, all right. Probably grumpy. I'm grumpy. We all grumpy, right? It's late. Everybody gets ready after breakfast. It's not like 10 something. And Zia's like, I need to get new shoes. So we're going to go to the Walmart. And I'm like, all right, we're going to go to this Walmart. Walmart sounds great. As soon as I pull into the Walmart, and mind you, I'm driving a car and I'm not really used to driving, but I'm whipping that thing. We get to the Walmart. I'm about to park. And Retro's like, we have to leave. Have to leave, nigga? We just got in a parking spot. What you mean we have to leave? It's like, I have something in my spirit's telling me we have to leave. We have to go. And Zia's like, yeah, I think we should leave. Something ain't right about this place. I'm like, but whatever. So we go to this shoe store that's like next to a gift shop. And we pull in there. John and Retro go into the gift shop, and Retro looking at me like, go in there with Zia and make sure she gets a shoe. I'm like, you think I'm about to let her go in there by herself? Like, dumbass, I'm not about to let her. That type of energy was on. It was straight argumentative shit all the way, right? Go into the shoe stop. The shoe stop. Leave it in. Go into the shoe store with Zia, right? And we pick out some shoes, help her pick out some shoes, because I'm like, I don't know why you put them things in the dryer. She gets some new shoes, right? And I'm thinking we about to go. Everyone use the bathroom at the gift shop or something. Let's go. We walked into this gift shop, me and Zia, to get John and Retro. And the first thing I fucking see is some Charlie Kirk shit and a bunch of Make America Great Again hats. Now, I knew we was in Florida, but I'm like, I don't want to spend a penny up in this bitch because they selling that shit. I don't want it. All right. And Retro's getting like a hoodie out of there, and I'm like, don't get this hoodie from here. You don't need it. We're going to, Epic Universe. There'll be something that you want in there. I'm quite sure that's better quality and not this bullshit in this store. Because literally, there's a whole section that's just full of Orange Man shit and CK. And that's it. Just all of that just there. And then the rest of his tourism shit. I'm like, bro, this is fucking stupid. This must be like the manufacturing plant where they make these motherfuckers. Because they're all there. They're all in there. Just every hat imaginable. The dark MAGA hat, the red MAGA hat, a fucking gold MAGA hat, like white MAGA hat, like just every hat that you could imagine was in that place. And Turning Point USA bullshit. Everything. It's like, I get it though. We're in Florida. This is to be expected, right? Now, we were about to leave because we were getting ponchos too, because it was looking cloudy out there. It was a little windy, so we were getting ponchos. And the ponchos were like $8 together. Like they were $4 a piece. And that's all we were going to do. That's all we were going to get. Because I kind of talked her out of not getting the hoodie. And the fucking cashier, I could punch this man in his damn head. He goes, if you spend over $20, you get a special prize. Retro's eyes lit up. I'm like, no, nigga, no. Oh, come on, MC, come on. I'll pay you the money back. Come on. Just get everybody's stuff, and we'll pay you the money back. Well, I'll send you the money via Zelle and I'm like, man, shut the fuck. Like, I should have said no. Because who wants to have that on their card that you spent money at the Make America Great Again store? I don't. But we get it because she wants to see what this prize is. And the prize is a fucking pen. It's a pen. She starts laughing, and I have the face of, if we don't get to this part, somebody's about to get strangled that's not named Zia or John. Because why the fuck do I have a pen after I spent, I think, combined with everybody's stuff, like keychains and whatnot, I think it was like $60, man. And yeah, I got my money back. But I just was like, dude, anywhere but here, right? Like, we're going to get stuff from Epic Universe because that 60 could have went to that. And I was proven right as I continue the story. So we get out of there. She's just laughing. She's like, I'm just fucking with you. It's funny to see what happened. And she said she has to use the bathroom. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I'm under the impression she could hold it till we get to Epic Universe. And she's like, you just drove past all those places that we could have went to. I'm about to cry. I'm like, why are you about to cry? It's like, because I gotta go. And you're playing around. I'm like, I'm not playing around. He's like, things change when you're a mother. I'm like, dude, I'm not playing around. I don't know what the fuck. Why would I be playing? I'm just trying to get us to our destination. Right? So we go to a Wendy's and use the bathroom at the Wendy's. And then Zia tries to like lighten the mood, saying, would you date a robot? And I'm like, yeah, that's my only option right now. And Retro's like, don't say that. And Zia's like, because trying to lighten the mood. I'm like, nah, seriously, I'm going to need that cold steel. That nice cold grip. That's what I got. A protector and a cold grip. My shit's on chill when I'm in there. And she protects the hell out of this household. That's what my cyborg girlfriend does. And John says something like, man, y'all are crazy. And he talks real low, got like this baritone voice, like, yeah, well, that's crazy. That's wild. I'd probably do it, whatever. Something like that. But somehow Retro tries to make this about like gender dynamics and shit like that. I'm like, I want to hear that shit. I want to hear about cyborgs and da-da-da. And she's like, I'm just saying. And I'm like, all right. In my head, and I know in her head, we're like, okay, it's getting a little too hot up in here. We finally get to the park. It's all awkward and quiet. Niggas ain't talking to each other. It's whatever, right? Get to the park. They stay in the car, Zia and Retro. Me and John get out the car. I'm like, bro, she just blowing it, like pissing me off. I had a hoodie. She could have worn my hoodie until we got a hoodie. If she was cold, like I like the cold, so I'm not worried about this shit. If I get rained on, I got a poncho, whatever. But you could save $60 instead of buying a $40 fucking hoodie. You can wear mine, but it's whatever, right? She gets out the car, hugs me, is like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said what I didn't say. And I'm like, all right, bro. For the sake of not being in conflict this entire trip, I apologize too for whatever I said and da-da-da-da. And it's like we all became big kids after that. Naruto ran through the parking lot. Like, cars are coming and going. And we're Naruto running through the parking lot like kids. And we had like the Birdman face on. At certain points, like, yeah, whoa, we about to go into the park, whoa. And as soon as we get through security and get into the park, you hear eyes lit up. John's eyes lit up. Retro's eyes lit up. My eyes lit up. Zia's eyes lit up. We all were like, is that what I think it is? And before I tell you what happens when we get into the park, I will say it was a mistake that we went to Super Nintendo World first, because everybody in their mall was in Super Nintendo World. And what we should have did, we should have went to Dark Universe, knock everything out there, hit up Harry Potter World, maybe view How to Train Your Dragon. That was more like kids rides, but we could at least saw it, and then hit Celestial Park and then go to Super Nintendo World. Because if we would have did it that way, we would have knocked Super Nintendo World out in at least an hour and 45 minutes. But we big kids. Heard the music. It called us. We ran right up in there. And when I tell y'all, when you walk into Super Nintendo World, it's like walking straight into the game. You see the Mushroom Kingdom. You see the pipes. You see nothing but happiness and people being excited that, oh my God, this is the thing from the game. This is it. It's something you have to experience. I cannot put it into words. If you're a gamer, you must experience this once. Just go, right? Go see it. So we get in there. We geeked up. We taking pictures. We having so much fun. And we picked the Yoshi ride as the first ride. I would say that's mistake number 2, because that ride was boring as shit. It was so boring. I think me and Zia rode that together. Yeah, it's just finding Yoshi eggs and pressing a button. That's it. That is like the gentlest ride of all time. That was that, right? So we go from that, from Yoshi's Adventure straight to Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. That's what we did. And that wait was 2 hours long. By the time the park was about to close, that wait was 30 minutes. And that's why I said we should have done it the opposite way in retrospect. I wasn't saying that then, though, because I'm like, bitch, I'm in Mario World. You feel me? I'm in Mario World. I'm having the time of my life. So we do that. We wait for like 2 hours, and that ride was fun, but Retro was getting tired. We were all tired, I think, just from last night, because when you go from park to park, back to back like that, you ain't get no time to rest whatsoever. So we do that, and it's a fun ride. It's like a 4D experience. And I also noticed it doesn't matter what team you're on, because you're a winner regardless. If you're Team Mario or Team Bowser, you're going to win. And right after we do that, we get into the gift shop. And my God, do they know how to play on nostalgia or what? Like, they had these nice shirts, and I swear to you, if I was like a famous actor or a musician or whatever, I would have brought everything and just brought it to my locker. Like, they had all these cool keychains and mugs and everything. And Retro and I were in that store for like another 40 minutes. Like John got like the keychain, and it's like, I'm playing it smart. I'm not gonna get all this stuff. Like, I already spent whatever, but I'm gonna get this and that's that. And I'm like, yeah, good. But the mug, I got myself a mug, and I think I brought my brother a shirt, but I wasn't gonna get a hoodie. And then she saw the hoodies. I'm like, you should have got the hoodie from here. Could have got you a nicer hoodie. Could have got Toad or Yoshi or Princess Peach or something. It's a shame they didn't have Wario. Me and John talked about that. I'm like, they should have had Wario, and Wario was nowhere to be found. No Waluigi, none of that. Bit of a downer, but you would think he'd be there. I mean, he's in Mario Kart, so why the hell is he not represented there? And they didn't have Donkey Kong, but they did have Donkey Kong at the end. Me and John found that out at the end. I'm like, oh, look at that. We could have got a Donkey Kong hoodie. I was trying to pressure him to get that Donkey Kong hoodie. Like, come on, John, you've already spent money. Spend some more. Get the Donkey Kong hoodie. It's like, no, man, I'm not getting the Donkey Kong hoodie. That sounded like Shaq. He doesn't sound like Shaq. I'm sorry, John. You don't sound like Shaq. It was more like, nah, man, I'm not getting the Donkey Kong hoodie. You know what? I can't do your impersonation. I need to hang out with John more so I can eventually do a good impersonation of John. But anyway, go there, sit in the store. We figure, all right, let's go knock Donkey Kong out. We notice the wait is long, but the single rider line isn't as long, right? So we devised a plan that we are going to go in the single rider line because it's moving. Wrong. It ain't moving. As soon as we got in the line, the thing said, nah, having some technical difficulties. And eventually the ride closed for like a little bit because they were having technical difficulties. And that's another thing that could happen at Epic Universal or Universal Studios. You could get that express pass and then the damn ride shut down. So now your express pass is useless. Can't do shit with that now, can you? But it shuts down for a little while. John and Retro get the Donkey Kong drink. That seemed pretty good. And then we had the Dark Universe after that. Now, I told y'all Zia is a scaredy cat, but she was going to ride this ride, which was quite confusing. So I'm like, wait a minute. You couldn't do Halloween Horror, but you're not scared of Dracula or Frankenstein or the werewolf? Like, no, that's not that scary. I'm like, I'm confused. It's not that scary to me. Like, fine. I think I did a good impression of her. That's a good impression. It's not that scary to me. But I'm getting on this ride because... Anyway, I don't remember. This was like weeks ago, okay? I don't remember all of it. I'm piecing it together the best I can. But I recall her saying something like, it's not that scary to me. Anyway, we get to the curse. No, not the curse of the werewolf. We was going to do curse of the werewolf. She was not getting on a roller coaster. She said it. I'm not doing a roller coaster. I'm just not doing that because it had like loops and all of that. And she wasn't getting on that. But she was going to do the 3D experience, the little simulation where you just simulate the motion of going in a roller coaster. So we all did that. Retro's bladder decided to be her bladder. And yeah, we ended up waiting for her in the family room, chatted about some stuff. Because she seemed real irritated about something. Don't know what it was. I think someone said she was controlling. It wasn't me, y'all. I didn't say it. Someone must have mentioned it. And that didn't sit well with her. But whatever. We get to the family room. We wait. And she come out. She's guarding the bathroom like an old lineman protects a quarterback. Not like our old lineman protect the quarterback that we have on the Saints. But we're not here to talk about that. Anyway, she's protecting the door because there's no lock on the door, which I find really crazy for any establishment. Why is there no lock on the door? What if I have to change the baby? What if I have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I have to drop a deuce? I don't want the door to not be unable to lock itself, right? So it's whatever. Zia used the bathroom, and now the girls are straight. The attendants were real nice. They kind of held our spot. Take the ride. Get on the ride, right? It was a fun ride. I could have rode that twice. despite the phone almost hitting me in the face, because before you get to the family thing, there's a locker room that you put all your stuff in, and for some reason I held on to my phone. I'm like, oh, we're going to take pictures. Nope, we didn't do that. And there's this part in the ride where it kind of jerks you up, and when it jerked us up, my phone flew out my shorts and kind of hit me in the chin, and I caught that thing. I'm like, put it back in my pocket, I'm have one hand on the thing and my other hand in my pocket, trying to make sure this phone don't go anywhere. And Zia's like, why didn't you just put your phone up? You should have put it up the first time. You should have put everything away so nothing didn't fall, but you didn't do it. And you almost lost your phone. And I'm like, man, I should have listened to her. I should have, but I didn't, being stubborn. So, brother almost lost the whole phone. I'm like, dog, no sleep, barely any sleep. Now my phone, all because I didn't listen. Pitiful. So after that, we go into, guess what? Another gift shop. That's right. We're about to spend more money on shit we don't need, but this time it was for a good cause. It's for a real good cause. Earlier in the Super Nintendo shop, I got my best friend something. You know, I forgot exactly what it was because it's been a minute. I think it was it the hoodie? Because I don't like seeing my best friend all sad and shit. So, me and Zia, we devised a plan, all right? There was this backpack she saw, and I'm like, oh, look, she wants the backpack. There's this mug that I'm looking at right now that I went and got out of there, too. It makes a clicking noise, and Zia noticed that I kept making the clicking noise with the thing, and she's like, you're buying that, aren't you? I'm like, no. It's like, yes, you are. You're buying that. So I brought it, and we made it seem like the backpack was for Zia. Zia's getting the backpack. And she was like, oh, man, I wish I could have got the backpack. And then it's like, ta-da, psych! The backpack's for you. She's like, oh, this is why he's my best friend. I'm like, yeah, I know. You'd do the same for me. You definitely would. So we leave from there, and now it's time to go to Harry Potter. Now, let me tell y'all something. I tried, okay? I really did. I tried to watch Harry Potter. I didn't get that far. I got from like the beginning. I could tell his family sucks. And I remember the middle is nothing to me because I woke up and it was at the end of the movie. And I don't really know what's going on there. I know there's Butterbeer and I know there's Quidditch. That's about all I know about Harry Potter. I don't know nothing else, okay? So we walk around in there. The Harry Potter ride is down. It looks like it's down for the day. But that doesn't deter us. I bet if I was a bigger fan, I would be more hyped to see it because the place looked like what I saw in the movie. Well, some of it anyway. But they walk, Zia, Retro, and I think John. I don't know if John got Butterbeer, but everybody got some except for me because I just was sitting out there. Dogs are screaming. Feet are just like, I want to go home. We can't do no more. I can't do no more, man. I quit. But they come out the store, and Rush was like, you got to try Butterbeer. I got to get your reaction for Butterbeer. And she records a reaction for Butterbeer. And Zia lets me take a sip of, it was like this lemonade thing. Crack. So good. So good. And we all were like standing around like, well, what are we going to do now? Because we either can ride the Stardust Racers, which is a big roller coaster, and Zia isn't getting on a roller coaster, but she did say she would get on Minecart Madness, and it was one or the other. And we all decided it would only be fair if we all get on Minecart Madness instead of just leaving her behind to ride a carousel. Like, who does that, right? So they both were like 90-minute waits. We get to the minecart, and we do the minecart. That was so much fun. Hell of a ride. My heart was like, I don't think we can do roller coasters no more. But hell of a ride. So much fun. We got a picture of it. I'll ask them if I can post a picture. I probably won't post a picture, but yeah, that was great. Fantastic. And then we left to another gift shop. We went in there. I don't think I spent any more money after that. I just was sitting outside. Like I said, I was trying to get John to buy the Donkey Kong hoodie. I think Zia and Retro brought some other stuff. Not sure. I know they was in the checkout line. They got something. I was too tired to care. I was ready to go home. But wait, there's more. Because we ain't go home. It's only 10 o'clock. We ain't go home. What did we do? Went to the world of food trucks. Now, Zia was like, there's Caribbean food. I'm going to give me some Caribbean jerk chicken. And the thing was closed. And she was so mad. She was like, I didn't even get my chicken. So her and John are walking around. But me and Retro see what we want. We see what we want. We want them birria tacos over there. We need that. Birria tacos is peak. We put John and Zia on those. Hit so good. We shot a whole review for it. It was so good, bro. It was so good, man. Had the little green sauce and everything. We went back for seconds. That's how good it was. And they had this, what else did they have? I'm kind of speeding through this because there's not much else to talk about. Yeah, there's one more thing. I don't have no memory of it, but there's something else that happened on Sunday. But, yeah. So, we get that. There was like this lemonade thing. I don't know what it was. I cannot tell you this drink for the life of me, but it was so damn good, man. It was like, it had like strawberries at the bottom of it and other little fruits. It was good. It's like a Mexican lemonade. I don't know what it is, though. I'm so sorry for not being able to be descriptive and tell y'all, but it was great. They had like some Dubai thing. It's like a chocolate. I think we had that too. That was good. And we got sushi, but we didn't eat it because we were already full. And then we finally got back to the B&B, went to sleep, got some rest finally. And Sunday comes around, and it's time for the big breakfast because we're waiting for everyone to get up. I got up first, obviously, to go to Publix and get some paper towels. And I went there, got that. Then everyone got up, and then I made big breakfast. We talked and talked and talked. We discussed playing games. We discussed if we're going to watch a movie, what we're going to do. This is our last day here, right? And I had to figure something out. We have medieval times coming up. And y'all know me. I get into character. I get into character. If I'm assigned a role, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it well. And I was like a rogue, I think. But my memory gets a little hazy because I feel like I tapped into an ancestor or something that also happened to be a rogue. Name was Mal, and I was in character the whole time, talking in an accent like this, you know. We're on the run from the mage god and such and such and such. And John was trying to do the accent, like, indubitably. Something like that. And the ladies were, you know, battle wenches, as they called themselves. And we went to medieval times, and that's another thing I got to check off my list because I wanted to go to medieval times since seeing it in the cable guide. And, yeah, it was so much fun. I know Mal and them had a great time, but it was so much fun. Our night won, by the way. Met the king and queen, and also met our champion knight. And on top of that, then we went home. The battle wenches sung a song in the car. Blacksmith John decided to record it. And that was recorded. He posted it on his page, and that was that. Sorry about that. I got possessed a little bit. You know, that happens from time to time when you're in touch with your ancestors. But did that, get back, and we didn't play no games. It's like, damn, we about to end the night, and I brought all these games. We ain't playing no games. Brought the Switch 2. I'm like, we could have played the Switch 2. That didn't happen. But we played this game called Stir the Pot. That was fun. So much fun that I brought it. And it is late because we got to medieval times on time, and we left on time, but it was still late. It was like 10-something. We played Stir the Pot for like a couple hours, and then we played this game called The Deep End. And it's like an icebreaker thing for strangers, but it got real deep. We played that shit till the sun came up. It's like 5. We like all bonded together then. And these strangers that I'm on this trip with, I'm like, oh, I consider them friends now because they know shit about me, and I know shit about them, and it's not strange. It's real. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was that. And we had to get out that Airbnb by 11, but we didn't go to sleep till like, I want to say 5-ish. Got up around 10, packed up everything, did perimeter sweeps. We didn't get out till like 11:30, but we left. I forgot to mention this in the beginning. On our trip to Florida, we went to Culver's, and Culver's slaps. Culver's slaps. Okay? Culver's is a beast. That damn butter burger and the custard, amazing. The cheese curds, I don't know if it's just me. I wasn't rocking with the cheese curds. The fries was great. The butter burger, great. The chicken sandwich, it's all right. Hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? Haven't done that in a while. But on our way back, go to Culver's. Eat there again. Get a little plushie. I'm looking at my plushie right there. Christoph, or whatever I named him. Christoph Kurtigan. I forgot we shot a skit there with the dolls. I'm scrolling up the chat to see what the hell I named this thing, man. What did I name this thing, bruh? Curtis. Or Kurt, is it Curtis? Curtis Von Kurt? Curtis Von Kurt, some shit like that. Look, that's the name, all right? That's the name. I'm not about to I ain't about to continue to scroll, and I can't remember too much, all right? Anywho. Watch, I'm going to find it. And I found it. Like I said I was. I got my little cheese curd over there. Von Curd. You heard me? Got that. And then drive back, and that Florida drive back is a bitch, dude. I hate it. I hate it so much because Florida's a big place. It's just like Texas. You're going to be on the road for a minute. You're not going to get to Bama or Mississippi for a while. We get to Bama, finally, and then we get to Mississippi. You heard me? Get there, stop at Buc-ee's again, get the brisket sandwich, and we did like a little mini gift game, brought like some inexpensive gifts, one for each person. I thought that was very sweet. That was Zia's idea, and I think if I go on a trip with people, we need to do that regardless. But if you broke, first of all, why are you on a trip? Nobody was broke, by the way, but I'm just saying for future reference, if I go on a trip with someone, why are you broke? And why are you on a trip being broke? But we leave Buc-ee's, get gas, finally get back, and it's like the same time that we got there from the beginning of the trip. It's 12 something. It's a whole new day. Zia gets in her whip, leaves. Retro gets all his stuff, leaves. I am fighting sleep. I am trying not to die because John's driving at this point, and we're about to get on the bridge, and we hear a phone ringing. And then I'm getting calls from Retro's mom. And I'm like, why is Retro's mom calling me? Why are you not asleep? Come to find out, Retro left the phone in the car. Probably when she was doing another perimeter check. Left the phone in the car. I'm like, dog, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. We turn around, we get her the phone, part way. John and I on the road. John gets some gas. John get us to his house. He basically dropped himself off. And I get to my house, put all my stuff in the house. And that was the end of my epic trip. It was so much more fun to experience it instead of, telling you it, because I can only tell you so much. You just you had to be there. That's all I could say. And then Tuesday morning comes around. I bring the car back. And unfortunately, the worst news ever, D'Angelo passed away, putting a bit of a somber mood on the trip. I'm like, oh, bruh. And I just went and binged all his music again. And I'm like, man, we lost a musical genius. But we're talking about someone who did it their own way, played by their own rules, made the music they want to make. D'Angelo was that guy. Like, he was on the same level as Prince to me. Like, just the way he was such an innovator and a disruptor. That dude was the truth. I'm telling you, me and those dreaming eyes of mine, Send It On, How Does It Feel, Lady, Another Life. I could go on and on about D'Angelo, but man, he's surely going to be missed, and his music's going to live forever, man. That's all I got to say. That dude's the truth, bro. And if you don't know, go educate yourself on D'Angelo. That dude is amazing. One of one. That's all I'm going to say. But I hope you enjoyed that story. I got one more for you. We're going to talk about some other things. This will be quick. This will be quick before we get to the other story, because I think the other story, it relates to the age thing that I mentioned earlier in today's episode. But if you didn't know, it's November 4th, and the government is still shut down. The government was shut down, I think, before we went on the trip, and it's been shut down ever since. It sucks right now. I think all we can do as a people is come together, be a community, kind of look out for one another, because there's folks out there that's not getting paid. There's folks out there that's not going to have food for their families through, the food stamps program. It's going to be rough. So the best thing I think we could do is really just lead with love one another, and build community, because without that, the evil people win if we don't do that. And another thing that I want to touch on is fear is not an option right now. We cannot be afraid. We can't be fear-mongered into not living our lives. You have to keep doing that. You have to stand for what's right and just go for it. Simple as that. I was told a story at work how like a Walmart's going to shut down because of the government shutdown. Because they're scared people are going to steal out the stores out of desperation. And I'm like, well, that's to be expected, obviously, because if you can't eat, a hungry man will do some things. Hungry woman will do some things to make sure the family is fed, right? Or to make sure they're fed. And it sounded like it was straight out of Facebook, like for old aunties and uncles who are gullible to stuff like this. Like, get your groceries at your own risk. And I'm like, come on, man. Walmart don't care if you try to steal their product. They got folks that will get their product back and will get you if you even think of trying it. I've seen it happen before. Someone looked like they was walking out the store and got tackled by a linebacker and brought into the back. That room might get full, but I don't think Walmart's going to shut down because of this government shutdown and the lack of SNAP. I don't see it. But I saw how fearful, like, my coworkers were, well, two of them, and like, damn, they got y'all. You cannot be fear-mongered by things you see and read on the internet until you go see it for yourself. I went to Walmart late at night. Ain't nothing happened to me. I had my bags in my hand. Ain't no one trying to rob me. Ain't no one trying to do that. Now, just because it happened in some places doesn't mean it happens in all the places. Okay? You have to see it for yourself, is what I'm telling y'all. Go out there. Get your groceries. Don't be afraid. Make sure you participate in that blackout, though. We ain't giving them no money for a good little minute. That's towards the end of the month. But if you're going to get your groceries, go get your groceries. Pray to God that nothing happens and get your groceries. You cannot lead with fear. God did not give you a spirit of fear, so don't lead with it. It's not a good look anyway. It looks pretty ugly on everybody. And don't believe everything you read on some of these social media sites. Some things are fabricated to the point where you are afraid to do anything. Okay? It sucks. I think it's pitiful that a party that controls House, Senate, the presidency, Supreme Court, all of that will allow this to happen to its citizens. I think it's awful. People should not be victimized or be dealt cruelty because the government doesn't want to help them. I just don't get it. And it's not just a one-party thing. It's clearly the party that is in control right now. It's not House's Democrats' fault. It's not. You own it all. But I digress. Do not let fear punk you out, okay? Don't let it punk you. You're going to be all right. Have a community and be cool. And one other thing before we get to this next story. Stop putting down your past self. I realized that after a couple days, when I was talking about something that happened to me in the past or something I did in the past, don't put down your past self. You can't put your past self down. And I'll tell you why. Because you were ill-equipped at the time. There were things that could have happened, but you didn't know how to deal with them because you weren't equipped to deal with them. Like, today, for example, I thought back to, like, some of these girls really liked me. Like, they liked me. You heard me? Like, they were on your boy. But I was ill-equipped to deal with that because I didn't know how to pick up on, like, clues and stuff. I didn't pick up on that. I didn't understand. Like, just recently, I asked someone, when you said you liked me, were you serious about that? Were you serious about that? And they're like, no, that I just meant you was cool. I'm like, all right, got you. You know what I mean? But at least I'm asking. Because before, I wouldn't even ask. I just let that fly under the radar. You know what I mean? What I should have did, it's like, oh, bet, when you want to go out, when you want to do, I'm learning, is what I'm saying. You're learning too. We're all learning in this thing called life. So the last thing you want to do is start putting yourself down or your past self down for stupid shit you did when you were ill-equipped in the first place. You didn't have the right tools to do the job. And when you don't have the right tools to do the job, bad shit happens. It's just a way of life. So I can't get mad at 20-year-old me for striking out with some of these ladies. I can't get mad at 18-year-old me for attitude issues. I can't get mad. That's who the person was at the time. That's what it was. It was a person trying to figure this shit out, and they don't have the tools to figure it out. They don't have the wisdom to figure it out. They don't have the guidance. They don't have it. And because you don't have it, you make bad decisions. And hopefully over time you can realize, oh, damn, I struck out there. But it's so cool. It's all good. It's all good and it's cool. You feel me? It's cool. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Understand you are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to screw up. You are allowed to do that. You have to be gentle to yourself. And like someone told me, you got to give yourself some grace to fail. So do that. Give yourself some grace to fail. You have to fail to grow. So do it. Give yourself the grace that's necessary. Don't be such a jackass to yourself 24/7. Because if you do that, you ain't going to grow. You'll just be beating yourself up all the time. I'm ill-equipped. Stop. Take a step back. Learn. Learn from your past behavior. Learn from your current behavior. Always strive to be better than what you was. Be better than who you were yesterday. Be better than who you were years ago. Be better. Do better. It's not easy because if it was, everyone would do it. Put the work in. You have to. Okay? I just wanted to share that with y'all because I realized I was doing that when I was talking about past situations I went through. And I realized that young man didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know that lady was flirting with him. He didn't know that lady wanted him to hit. He didn't know. He didn't know that. He didn't know how to regulate his emotions. He didn't know how to regulate his anger. He didn't know how to talk to people properly. He didn't know that his ego doesn't matter. He didn't know that he's not the main character. He didn't know that you have to respect people at their birthday parties. He didn't know that you don't take over people's birthday parties. He didn't know. But I know now. You know what I'm saying? I know now. I get it now. Understand the things you should and you shouldn't do. Now more than ever, I get it. But if I look back at all the stuff I did, the way I spoke to people, the way I treated people, the way I did things, the way I conducted myself, it's not fair. It's not fair. Those parts of you are still within you. It's not fair to put them down because they were ill-equipped. Shit, they were learning. They were works in progress. We all make mistakes. You know what I mean? We make a mistake here, we make a mistake there, but damn it, we gonna make the mistakes. But the last thing we're gonna do is knock ourselves down a peg because of said mistake. It's okay. All right? I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I really want you to understand this. It's okay. It's okay. You're allowed to do it. You're allowed to do it. Do the thing. Don't be afraid. Do the thing. Have fun doing the thing. Go out there and do the thing. Have a good time. You only get one shot being here unless you believe in reincarnation. If you believe in reincarnation, you might come back as a tree. You might come back as a person. You might come back. You might not come back. I don't know. But point is, you're here now. You're here for the here and now. Shout out to Alfred Banks. He's about to come up in this next story, I mean to say. But, yeah. Live your life. Have fun. Don't knock your past self down. Just reminisce and be candid and be honest about it. What I'm also learning to do is to stop being so defensive and guarded and defensive about the same thing, but I'm trying not to be as guarded. I want to be more myself without having to put a shield up, fearing what people would say to me or what they'd think about me after I tell them this crazy story or do something crazy or just be myself. You know what I'm saying? Because this guarded shit ain't the way to live. Like, I get it. I like my privacy. I like that aspect, but I don't like not being able to be myself sometimes. Not being able to be the goofy goober I know I am. You heard me? Because I don't know these people. Like, man, fuck these people. Low key, you gonna take what I give you. You gonna like what it is. You gonna realize, oh my God, MC's insane. The MCZX is insane. That character, that's that. That's who he is. And that's what I'm trying to get to without being guarded, without worrying, without doing that. And that requires me to drop the shield. I can still be defensive about myself. I can still be a little hypocritical. I can still do all of that. But I'm not about to punch down the past. I'm not about to punch down how I felt. I'm not about to do none of that. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. I'm not for everybody, and that's cool. You're not for everybody, and that's cool. We for somebody, though. Somebody like it. Someone enjoy these shenanigans. Somebody actually gonna sit through all of this and listen to me yap for like 2+ hours. Someone to do it, okay? Please just love yourself a lot more. The self-love journey is not an easy one, but once you get to the point where you really, really like yourself, everyone else gonna love you, man. People love to be around you, man. You light up a room. People told me that. I light up rooms. Where is MC? Where he at? Come in there and light the whole damn room up. Ultralight beam type shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself down. Ever. You feel me? Don't ever put yourself down. And that's enough of me being mushy. It's time to end on the funny. Because this is the last story. We've been here for a minute. Now, what does this story entail, MC? And what is the title of this story? I'll tell you. The title of this story is These Niggas Stole My Car. These niggas stole my car. That's the name of the story. All right. So, my friend, I consider him a friend, Alfred Banks. You've heard him on the podcast way, way back. He'll be back on the show one of these days once we get everything situated. I do not want to bring Alfred on and we don't have our shit together. Once we get our shit together, Alfred and the Simply Complicated Universe, we will hear from Alfred. Nice big update on everything since. But my boy Alfred Banks had a show with the LPO. Now, he did a show with the LPO, I think last year, and it was sold out. He's the first rapper to do a whole set with a orchestra, right? So it's only right that him and Sebastian St. John, shout out to you as well, sir, they did it again, except this time, bigger piece, bigger group, more orchestra. I'm just looking here like, it's more pieces of the band, but what is it called? Pieces of the band? Orchestra. That's the word. Orchestra. Anyway, it is the 29th, Wednesday night at the Jazz Market in New Orleans. And I'm like, all right, bet. Now, prior to this, me and Rizu got into a misunderstanding because I was asking about the clips and he took that as I was checking him. I'm like, no, I'm not checking. I'm just asking. And I should have sent that as a voice memo so he knew I wasn't on some, say, bitch nigga, where's the damn clips? That's not how I was coming at. I'm just literally asking, where's the clips? And the tone. Anyway, that's irrelevant. We got over that shit because production sucks. Fuck you guys. That's why I don't even want y'all to work too hard on this because you're having technical issues. Assholes. Anyway, we get over that, and it's time for this show. Now, I have never been to the jazz market before. Never in my life have ever been there. When Alfred does a show, I tend to leave the house because I know I'm going to have a good time. Alfred Banks never puts on a shitty performance. I don't care what you say. The man's a performer. He's one of the hardest working folks in hip-hop, in New Orleans hip-hop. My boy he's a monster. So, once again, never been to the jazz market. I don't know shit about this place. I don't know where to park. I don't know if you have to pay to park. I don't know. And I want y'all to remember these key words. White truck, Martin Luther King. Just remember that, okay? I get to the jazz market. I park behind this white truck. Now, I got tunnel vision on. I'm not paying attention to my whole surroundings because I'm already late. Like, the cocktail party started at 5:30. I'm getting there at 5:35. And one thing about me, I do not like being late anywhere. I like to be early instead of being late. Maybe 15 minutes early, but I got caught in traffic, so ain't much I can do about that. Can't fret. But I park behind this white truck, and I know it's a white truck. I park behind. I'm not looking at the left side of the street. I'm only looking at the right side of the street. I'm walking, and in my head, I'm walking from the back to the front of the jazz market. Because I'm not looking at the left or anything. I just walked from the back to the front of the jazz market because I almost made a wrong turn into this restaurant, which I thought was a jazz market, but it's not. So finally get to the jazz market. I see Siren and I see her friend Jazz. And they're getting drinks at the bar. And Jazz is like I adopted her. After that, damn, I have to adopt her. She's adorable because the funniest shit to me was watching her be so excited about a bartender making a drink. And it was like, it's not that impressive, but it was because he had this big square cube, and she's like, "Oh my God, look how the square the cube is. It's perfect. It's a perfect cube." I've been talking for a while, so I can't hit the pitch exactly, but she has a high-pitched voice, if you don't know. And she's like, "I want that in my drink." And I'm like, you could just ask them to put that in your drink. No, I don't want to ask them. Like, ask them to put them in your drink. They can put it in your drink. Just ask. But she didn't ask. She didn't get the cube. Siren let me take a sip of her drink. It wasn't terrible, but it made me strengthen my resolve as to why I don't like alcohol. Like, I don't like the way that tastes. I'm like, yeah, that ain't for me. So I see Rizu, and my boy looked tired. He looked tired. And they had a long day at work. Siren, Jazz, Rizu, they all had a long day at work. They all kind of relaxing. Rizu kind of tells me his technical issues that's going on, really breaks it down. And I'm like, damn, that shit suck. That's terrible. Awful. There was no food there, so it was just alcohol. And anyway, none of this matters. Al comes on the stage after the orchestra warms up, delivers another fantastic show. We go see Al. We see K the Beast. We see DJ Novi. We see Sebastian St. John dap it up with everybody. Take a picture with Al because Siren's like, I have to get a picture, but she was being weird about it. Pell was there. We talked to Pell before the show. It was good. And we all decided afterwards we're going to go to Little Tokyo to get some fried rice. I'm like, all right, bet. Reese was like, I parked that way. He's pointing north, and I pointed south. Well, I parked down there. Because remember, I walked from the south, basically the back, to the front of the jazz market. So I go walk. I'm like, I'm going to meet them at Little Tokyo. Just send me the address. Walk. And I see the white truck, but I don't see my car. And I'm like, nah, maybe I overlooked it. Clicking a button, nothing. Walk, and I see a damn club. I'm like, I know I ain't parked near no club. I don't remember if it was a club I parked to. It's like a homeless encampment, like a couple steps away from the club. I'm like, I know I didn't park here. This ain't right. This ain't right at all. So I walk back to where I saw that white truck, and I'm like, there's a space, like my car size space, a Toyota size space, where the white truck is. And I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way on a Wednesday night. I done got jacked. I don't see no glass on the ground. I don't see nothing. Folks is crafty. You could get in the cars nowadays without having to break anything if you know what you're doing. I'm like, these niggas done jacked me. They done jacked me. And I'm like, nah. So I walk back up the street. I walk past the Jazz Market, clicking a button. I ain't hearing anything. I'm like, oh, damn. They got me on a Wednesday night. I'm like, bruh, I had stuff to do. I had so much stuff. I had a big work event Friday to celebrate my boss and her retirement and all that other stuff. Like, we had stuff to do, man. And I'm like, dog, this can't be happening. So I call Reezel. I'm like, hey, son, I think these niggas stole my car. And he's like, what? Turns back around, right? We drive up the street, past the Jazz Market. I'm clicking a button. Nothing. Drive down the street where the Jazz Market is. I'm clicking a button. Nothing. And I'm like, dog, they really got me. I call 911. First time. The operator wasn't shit. Like, I'm on Aretha Castle Haley and Thalia. And I tell him that. And he get quiet. And he's like, hello. I'm like, hello. I'm screaming in the phone. I'm like, sir, I'm right here. Hangs up on me. And he also mentioned that my car could have got towed because it's on the city street. I'm like, how the fuck is it on the city street? What I was saying in my head. How's it on the city street if there's a ton of cars, you heard me, on the street? How? Please make it make sense. Explain. So that was that. He hangs up. I call again. Call 911 again. They give me the number for the tow area. It's just voicemail. Then I open it till the morning. Bitch, that's not going to help me. That's not helping me at all. How the fuck? That doesn't help me. I need assistance now to know if these niggas came out here and accidentally towed my shit when I'm parking behind all these other cars that are also on the street. Because if that's the case, all the cars should have been taken, right? Fine. Hang up. Call 911 again. I'm on a Rado Aretha Castle Haley now. And I'm chatting with this lady, and the lady says, we're going to send an officer there. Just stay on the phone. And I tell Reezy, you could bring Jazz and Siren home because I don't want to hold them up. Y'all waiting on me. Reezy was like, I'll be back in 20 minutes. And it took like 20 minutes. I'm on the phone, right? The lady calls me, and we're going over everything. And like for the first 2 minutes, I was good. But after the 2 minutes, I just went off. I'm like, this is why I can't go in this fucking city. Can't do shit in this city. Because you do something in this city, some nigga gonna jack you. Someone gonna take your car. Whoop-de-woo. Someone gonna try to rob you. Whoop-de-woo. It's just not safe. It's bullshit. I'm not from this side. Whoop-de-woo. Whoop-de-woo. Like, I'm going crazy on the phone. Like, I'm just mad, son. Because you got all this stuff you need to do, and now you can't do it because someone stole your shit. Quote unquote, right? Quote unquote. And the lady's trying not to laugh on the phone. I'm like, I can hear her trying not to laugh. I'm like, oh, wow. This must be funny to you. It wasn't funny. It was the way I was delivering it. That's what made it funny. So that happens. She's trying to keep me calm, whatever. I walk back again, walk past the club, walk past the encampment, the little homeless encampment. And if I keep walking, I'm going to get to the bridge. I'm like, I know I didn't go this far. So I walk back, felt someone like kind of behind me. So I walk back to the Jazz Market because I'm like, I ain't going to walk down there again because y'all not about to catch me and take my shit because I have my headphones on and all my stuff on me, right? So I keep walking. I get to the Jazz Market because they have cameras there. And if you try to do some stupid shit here, it's going to all be caught on cameras. Plus, the bartenders are right there. They're outside. They're looking at me. I'm looking at them. I'm like, this shit sucks. So I walk near where I parked one more time. And I see Alfred kind of leaving with probably one of the homies or something. And he looked at me like, you good, bro? And I'm like, I had a tear in the left eye. Right eye, like, you're not about to cry in front of nobody right now. It's time to be a toxic male and not cry. Don't be in tune with your emotions. You can't be in tune with your emotions right now. That shit ain't work. The waterworks was starting. I'm like, they done stole my shit, man. They stole my car. His mouth dropped. He like, no way. And his friend is like, well, we could bring you home or something. I'm like, nah, they told me to stay out here because the officers come in, whatever. And Al says, just DM me if you need anything. And I'm like, I appreciated that. And they kept going. They went on their way. Just to find out that there's no officer coming because the lady confirms we did all this on the phone and I could have stayed in Reezel's car. So like, man, fuck, this sucks. It sucks. And I'm just coming to the grips that this is happening and I'm accepting it because a week prior, my car died. Like, the battery died and the starter went out. And thankfully for my mechanic across the street, it happened right in front of him. Like, it couldn't have happened in a better spot. But it happened there. And I'm like, God, are you trying to tell me I need to get a new car or something? Like, what was going on? So I get back to the Jazz Market. Again, I'm just looking up. My God, if this is the way I get a new car, like, I'm not mad at it, but I really hate that this is how it's got to be. Like, it's paid off. I don't have no note. I got nice insurance on it. It's cool. I like my little Toyota, right? So I'm just sitting out there. It's cold. I'm mad it's Wednesday. I got to go back to work and probably explain all this shit at work. And Rizu comes, right? And he brings Genkai with him. And y'all know Genkai. Y'all have heard him on the show. So Genkai was like, my nigga, you sure? You sure you didn't just park up the street, not down the street? And I'm like, no, I know I parked over here because I walked from over here to the Jazz Market. He's like, are you sure, my nigga? Because you could have parked up the street and just walked. Could have walked from there and thought you walked from the back. I'm like, dog, I know that's not how it is. I retraced my steps like 3 times. This is where I was at, right by this hospital or clinic or whatever it is, right? It's next to an apartment complex. It's like, all right, my nigga, all right. And we just in the car. Cuz made a joke. It's like, I know I'm not supposed to laugh or whatever. We get on the bridge and I call my mama and I'm like, bro, let me tell my mama first because I was going to call my daddy. My dad didn't pick up. So I'm like, thankful he didn't pick up because that could have been a problem. And then I call my mama and I lead with, can I say why I hate the city of New Orleans? She's like, oh, I hate the city of New Orleans too. They fined me for something I had on my family property that's been there and they're now finding me for it. Whatever. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Before I could get it out, though, I get a call from a 217 number. Now, I don't know where 217 is. But prior to this, I called my coworker to, let them know what was going on. And she was like, oh, it's probably not that. Maybe they joyrided with the car and they brought it back to a different location. I'm like, I hope so. But I left that out. But back to the 217 number. Get this 217 number. I'm like, now, what could this possibly be? Like, what else is it? Is this the impound lot saying that we have your car? Is this like the ransom note coming to me like, hey, we got your car. I need like $44,000 for the car. Like, what is it? It's a detective, and it's 2 people on the phone. I can hear it's the lead, and it's like, I guess their assistant. They're both ladies, and I could tell they were both white ladies. And it's like, is this Mr. Blank? And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And the lady says, you know your car, we found it. I'm like, you found it? Found it, like, where is it? It's like, oh, it's on Martin Luther King Boulevard. The same place you parked it at like 531? I'm like, no way. No, it's not. I parked behind a white truck. It's like, that couldn't be right. It's like, well, there's more than one white truck. And there's no white truck there. You parked across the street from the police station. That's what I'm hearing in my head. I'm like, that can't be right because I don't remember a police station. But if I would have looked to my left and taken all my surroundings, I would have noticed the police station was right across the street. Because, yeah, there's multiple white trucks. Just because it wasn't that white truck, the other white truck was gone already. Because it was also parked across the street from a police station. But I didn't put two and two together because I was rushing to get to the event. And I panicked. I fucking panicked, unfortunately. And I'm like, there's no way it could be on Martin Luther King Boulevard because that's not right. That's not where I parked. Well, the lady's like, that's exactly where it is. And we that car's been there since 5:35. And the first thing I say is, I want to jump out the car into oncoming traffic. And the lady's like, oh no, you can't do that. Because if you say that, I got to put you in an institution. I can make that happen. You want to go into an institution? I'm like, no, just dramatic. I'm just dramatic. Let me be dramatic. I want to jump off the bridge. Don't say that either. Because I have to put you in an institution. And the other lady, the assistant's laughing in the back. It's like, well, yeah, man, you want to close this case because we found that the car's found. You just have to go to the address and you have to get your car. It's been there since you parked it there. I'm like, ain't no way. There's no way. There's no way. So Rizu, Genkai, and I, we freaking drive there. And Rizu made a wrong turn. So I'm like, the car's not here. They done gave me hope for no reason. Don't do that. I'm feeling like Hawkeye, the freaking Avengers movie. Don't give me hope. Don't do that to me, Natasha. But yeah, we eventually get up there and I'm clicking the button. I'm clicking it. And me and Rizu drove up this street so we would have saw my car. We would have saw it. We literally drove up this street. And I click it and I see beep, beep. And I'm like, you got to be effing kidding me. And Genkai is laughing his ass off. Genkai's like, ha 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 ha, you got dementia. You don't know how to drive. You don't remember where you parked. Somebody getting old. You getting old. I'm like, dog, I can't catch a break. I said I had early onset dementia. Bud said I couldn't drive. I can't remember shit. I'm telling you, Genkai roasted me for a minute. It was so ignorant, dog. He had like a fat stack of money in his hand and just was like, yep, this is the slapper nigga if anyone pop out that car. Rizu and Genkai checked the car for air tags, anything that's on the car. Genkai gonna tell me to pop the trunk. He inspect the trunk. He's like, oh, there's no Mexican in the trunk. I'm like, why would that even be a thing? Why would that be a thing? It's like, I don't know, my nigga. It look like you don't remember where you parked. So I don't know if you could drive. You know what? Let's see if you remember how to drive. First of all, first, can you count countdown? Do count 1 to 5 and then 5 to 1. I do the freaking countdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like, oh, all right. You know your numbers. You remember what year it is. I'm getting like questions like that, right? And I'm like, dog, whatever, bro, whatever. I get in my car. It's like, you know what? I don't think you know how to drive that thing. You sure you know how to drive that? You sure you know how to drive that? Hey, better yet, let me see you turn it on. Because maybe you forgot how to turn it on since you forgot where you parked. Since you thought you did this when really you did this. I'm saying walking from one direction to another direction. Maybe you would have known. And I'm just, I got to take all the jokes because I can't really refute it. Because clearly my old ass brain panicked. And thought they stole the fucking car. Now I look like a fool. That everything I said got recorded on a line about how I hate New Orleans and shit. When really it ain't New Orleans' fault. It's my fault for not being able to remember that across the street is a damn police station. Instead, I focused on the white truck, thinking the white truck was my landmark. When that's not the landmark, because there's more than one white truck in the city of New Orleans. So Genkai is still just doing their thing, and I'm like, bro, whatever. I don't care. It's like, matter of fact, let me see you drive off. Start the car, reverse, I flip him off, I say, Reason, I'll see you later, thank you. Drive home, tell my mama the story, tell my dad the story the next day, tell my best friend the story that same night. That's retro, and tell the homie Drew Orleans the story the same day as well. And yeah, that's how my car got stolen, quote unquote, due to my own brain. And that's the art of getting old. And I hate that for me. Really do. Because, how the fuck did I make that mistake? If I would have just kept going north instead of south, like, it should have dawned on me, like, okay, you didn't park here, you didn't park by an encampment, you didn't park by the bridge, and you didn't park by the club. Maybe you should turn around and see if it's up north. Go north. Look north. I feel like my car was yelling at me like MC, bitch, I'm over here. MC, I'm over here. What you doing, dog? What you doing? Like, I was so embarrassed. And I low-key wasn't going to tell y'all that story, but dropping the shield, you gotta say the embarrassing stories too. And that's what happened, man. So, yeah, that's what happened to me. And the art of getting old. Next time, I'll try to remember my landmarks, because I did go to another event in New Orleans, and I purposely remember the landmark. It was a church, but I got lost again because I just walked out of there. I wasn't paying attention, and I got lost, but I didn't panic this time. I'm like, hold on. You didn't walk this way. You didn't pass no park. You didn't go this far. Go back. Go to the entrance. Go from the entrance. Then I go to the entrance, and I'm like, oh, church is over there. Found my car. I had to make sure my brain wasn't falling apart, y'all. But it could have been another reporter. They stole my shit again. They stole my shit again. Oh my God. What's wrong with me? Man. I think that does it for this episode of Simply Complicated Universe. Hope you enjoyed me yapping at you and talking. Hopefully this goes up in time. I'm going to take charge of this and make sure it goes up. I make sure this goes up. As for clips, the clips will come whenever they come. I hope y'all take care. You be good. Give yourself a try. Don't be so hard on yourself. Love yourselves in these trying times. Build a community. And don't forget, love is always the answer. That's how you have to operate. But I want to do one thing different. I'm going to end the show with a question, and I hope y'all can get the answer without looking it up. All right? I'm going to give you two of them because I stumped my friends with these. I started looking up riddles, and I really like a riddle. I wish the boys were here and the girls were here so I could do it to them. But, hey, it is what it is. So, here's the first one, and I'm leaving y'all on this. If you have 7 apples and you take 5 of them away, how many apples do you have left? I'm not telling you the answer. It's up to you to get the answer here. Don't look it up. Write your answer in to what'sinrsack@gmail.com. That's what'sinrsac@gmail.com, or thisissimplycomplicated@gmail.com. Shoot your answer there. All right? Do that for your boy. And one more thing. What is the answer to this question? All right? That's it. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time. I'll have some bonus stuff going up because we need it. We've been gone too long. And yeah, it's just the nature of the beast. We need that stuff to go up. I'll have the short stories to go just in case we run into any more problems. And I lied. I'm going to give y'all just one more riddle. Answer the 3 riddles and you don't get a prize, but you get my respect for not being an idiot. Okay. A man once said he went 35 days without sleep. How is that possible? Tell me in the emails. They'll be in the description. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Be good. See you next time. This is Simply Complicated Universe. Goodbye.